What should Myles Garrett's punishment be?
Okay, and for people who don't know what went on, it went on Thursday Night Football. For us, it's yesterday.
Browns versus Steelers,
and it was nearing the end of the game, and Myles Garrett took off Mason Rudolph's, the Steelers quarterback's helmet, and then banged Mason Rudolph with his own helmet in the head, just him very hard. And Twitter reacted to this, people saying that this is one of the most brutal things they've seen on the football field, and we're just going to talk about what his punishment should be.
Okay, so I believe he should 100% be suspended for the rest of the season, because if you look at Vontaze Burfict's hit, at least that wasn't like, I mean, sure, he probably had like bad intent with that hit, but he wasn't like purposely thinking like, I'm going to hurt him as badly as I can right here. He was just thinking, I'm going to hit this guy, and he just hit him head to head, because that's even what they said, is that Vontaze Burfict just has like, that's just his thing, that's his way of tackling us, he just puts his head down. But Myles Garrett, he purposely, not only did he just hit him with his helmet, he ripped off his helmet, and it wasn't like his team was getting blown out. He was up by 14 with 8 seconds left. There's no excuse for that. Especially because it was 4th down too. So it was the Browns' ball now too. He had no reason to be angry. It's at least the rest of the season plus some.
Yeah, well, what I'm arguing is that there should be definitely way more than out for the rest of the season. I think this guy, he's going to get a big fine, but I think he deserves like a huge fine, probably a pay cut next year because of what he did here. Maybe even a suspension going into next year. I think that would be fine. Like, then he has to sit out for the next 5 games. Now, not only lose him a bunch of money, but his name is a little bit disrespected now because of what he did on the football field. So I believe he should get more than just those 8 games that he missed for the rest of the
year. I think that there is no way that the Browns give him a pay cut, because if he gets a pay cut, he knows good and well he's one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
But the thing is, will anyone else want him?
Yes.
After what he did?
Yes. 100%. I mean, you see guys doing this all the time. Josh Gordon got to spend an entire season for doing drugs, but he came right back. Even though his name might have been tainted, people still want him because he's a good player.
So do you think the Patriots are going to pick him up just like they've done all of these other players?
They have done people who have done things to get suspended. They picked up Antonio Brown. I don't know if you remember, like Michael Floyd 2 years ago, who got a DUI and got let go of the Cardinals. I mean, Josh Gordon. I mean, they do stuff like that, and you can tell they're a no-nonsense team. I mean, that happened with Antonio Brown. He kept on going with his nonsense. They're like, all right, you're done. I think they're going to, if the Browns truly want to give Myles Garrett a pay cut, he will realize, look, I'm one of the best defensive ends in the league. There are so many other people who will look at me and think, wow, that's a high-payable, respectable player, even though what he did, because you can put that in the past. And if you play that position, you got to have a little bit of crazy. I mean, Lawrence Taylor was a nuts guy, but he was a really good defensive end, because that's the mentality you need to have to be getting around 300-pound left tackles every game.
Okay, but I think he should get more than 8 games, like maybe like the first 4 games into the 2020 season.
I could see that happening, but like I said, I mean, it's not 100% a shocker, because you see D tackles doing crazy things, like Ndamukong Suh. I don't know if anyone remembers, but I think it was Albert Hainsworth in 2010 stomped on a guy's head when he didn't have his helmet on. They always do crazy stuff, because they're supposed to be crazy. I mean, that's their job, is that they're a little bit crazy one way or another.
Yeah, but your job isn't to hurt somebody on the field on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, he definitely should not have done that. Obviously, we're not arguing that, but I think that he doesn't deserve any more than like a season and probably maybe $500,000 in fines. Because I mean, this would be a totally different argument if we're here today and Mason Rudolph's out for 6 weeks with a concussion, because that could have seriously injured him. I mean, he got lucky that he hit him with like the rubber part on like the bottom of the helmet. He would have hit him with like a face mask, like the top of the helmet. This would be a whole different discussion.
But the thing is,
knocked out.
Rudolph also got a concussion earlier this season. He got blacked out, knocked out.
Yeah, for quarterbacks, things are getting worse and worse. They're trying to take more measures. Like Clay Matthews is always getting flagged for roughing the passers, even when it's really not a roughing the passer. But they're trying to take measures so stuff like that doesn't happen. And I really just can't see Myles Garrett playing a single game the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I really don't.
All right, so we kind of both agree on this, so this was less of an argument and pretty much more of a sports talk. So I hope you guys like this special edition of Dumb Arguments, even though it's not really a dumb argument. And
should we start doing sports talk or keep doing dumb arguments? That's also a question.
Yeah, too. And also a question is, what do you think Myles Garrett's punishment should be? leave it in a comment down below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.